Alright, welcome back everyone. New project day. My planned palette cleanser sort of fell apart on me. I pulled out my little Temu Easy build and it turns out they didn't include the motor, and it's the first time it wasn't calling for one of those little standard yellow Temu motors. So I decided to do the old Rolife globe. I've had it sitting around a couple of weeks. I actually spotted it on Amazon haul. I think this one's down to about 20 bucks now, depending on where you can get it. I found one without the Rolife branding for I think 15. So I'll put the link to the one I got off a haul, but like I said, just a standard search gets them. These are, for a Rolife project, it's fairly reasonably priced. But while I'm unwrapping this thing, if you're new here, this is what I do. I buy these kits and build them step by step, mostly in real time. You get to see all my successes and all my failures, and how I hopefully fix those inevitable failures as they come up. Upload daily and just try and have a good time. We're not solving the world's problems, we're just building silly little models and having a bit of fun. If you see any kits or builds or sets you want me to take a shot at, feel free to drop in the comments. I'm always looking to add on to my list. And like I always say, I've got the most intelligent audience on YouTube because y'all provide me with nothing but the best of options. Okay, finally got it out of there. Let's see what we got on our build. Standard Rolife stuff. Got our wood bits. Let's see, is it a poster or is it a book? It's poster. Much rather have a book, but oh well. And a few little brass rivet tack things. I don't think any of those are screws. They're all just sort of decorative brass headed, sort of add a little class to it. Alright, let's seal that back up and stick you out of the way. And take a quick look at the instruction. Really large, unwieldy poster. Let's see. Pretty good pictures, looks like. Stuff wouldn't expect no less from Rolife. Little, I do sort of wish they had the list of required pieces for each step like they do sometimes. It seems depends on who's printing them for us. And it is going to be definitely a puzzle putting the actual surface on the globe. So that's something to look forward to. But now let's take a peek at the pieces. Cooperating with me at all. There we go. Okay, oops. Here. Some of the two-sided tape that they like to use. A little piece of cardboard sandpaper. And here, and two pieces of the two-sided tape they like to use. And we got our. Okay, so the continents. Okay, I thought they were just going to be. We're going to add these on top of the surface. I thought these were all built in, printed on there. Okay, then an extra level of difficulty. Good to know. And B. C. There's our surface. Okay, it's got the outline. So, okay, so the sheets of tape are to tape it on to that. So I will probably use glue for that, because that's going to be, that tape is hard. It works, but it's not the most fun thing to use. Peeling off both sides and everything. Okay, there's all our pieces. And look at the instruction. I don't think I've ever had a roll-off kit with so few accessories. Didn't even get a teeny tiny screwdriver in this one. But I'll grab the first couple of steps worth of pieces and we'll get rolling on this, and we'll still have a fairly quick video tonight because I'm not gonna, like I say, I'm ready for a little break after the mini magic shop. But I'll be right back and we'll get rolling on this thing. Okay, let's get cracking on this thing. Start off pretty straightforward. Got Well, what you expect from Rolife, got the arrows telling us which way is down. I'll have to go like so. And do that 6 times. Nice snug fit. Like I said, I don't think I've had a bad Rolife kit as far as Rolife, Rocker, Rowood. They're all part of the same group, so they tend to be really pretty high quality models in my experience. I'm looking forward to this one going together with great ease. I've been wrong before, but they've given me no reason not to doubt them. To doubt them. And do 6 of those, and we bring in our ring here, and got our. We keep it on where our arrows are pointing because we will need that later on tonight. But then we just looks like let's skeet in here. It's going on to. Going on to the Nexus to there. Okay, so those got a little stud coming out the bottom there, and we're just gonna work our way around as they fit in. And right. And okay, so we got our little things we're going to mount with sticking out. And got our, this kind of crown looking structure going. Okay, so now had on another batch of studs, prongs, whatever. We're going to go in these in between slots, I hope. Yeah. Sloppy on that one. Alright. Upside down, try that again. They do put the arrow in there to make it more difficult for me to mess it up, but there I go trying. Okay. This one's... Okay, there it goes. Not cooperating. Aren't you cooperating upside down? No? You work over here. Okay, there it went. It's still very not cooperative. Others are got a little more of a gap here than I do on the others. So I'm not. Maybe it's okay. See if this one's any better. Maybe. Okay, so it must have been this piece is an issue. So let's pop you out so I can take a better look at it. Oh, I see what it is. I bent this. Okay. Pop that out of the way and we should be good to go. Where'd my knife go? Hey. Clean that off down to the okay. Clean it up there on the edge. I hope. Okay. Now, as some in here too. Left over there. I don't think that would have hurt, but let's see if there's any more cooperative now. Yeah, there we go. And it's still that this front one seems to be good enough to hold it in. Okay, a little bit of a detour, but always glad to have an eat. If that's the worst thing that happens tonight, I'll be in good shape. A little stiff too, but not as bad. I'll catch you on in. Go around, make sure they're all down and snug. Yeah, alright, so we got those in. Now, we got rings that go around the bottom here, so just doing it the printed side up. I think we're just gonna, yeah, it's just wrapping around. We're not, I don't think the orientation matters on this one, exactly where it's at. Okay, so it does stick out a little bit on the edge while they wanted the printed side up. Good. That's good. Alright, so we got some nice solid base going on here. Those feel sturdy, to say the least. Not much twisting going on there. A little bit, and one don't have the axis with it, but pretty good shape. Okay, now we got our zodiac. I think there's zodiac signs decorating around our baseline. Constellations, I guess. Okay, and they got numbers in the slot, so you know which number goes to which thing. So that worked out good. So that's the kind of nice little design feature that really I come to expect from these folks. They do a really good job at they're not holding your hand, but they're definitely saying, okay, here's an easy way to not mess up. So I appreciate that, because I've had, anybody that's watched me for any amount of time knows I have lapses in concentration where I say, oops, I need to undo that and redo it. And I'm sure y'all enjoy seeing me do that. 4 and 2. And 6. Back to 1. Let's see. Oh, the birth signs or whatever they are, moon signs. I know. All right. Now go on top of that. And it looks like I'm going to stop and pick some more pieces out, because I don't think I'm going to have enough to last me long enough on the a little bit longer video than this is going to provide. Okay, let's see which way. Let's go painted side up. Okay, and they're just going to slot in on top of those. Down to this. Go onto that shoulder back here, so it's nice. Really, that's going to be really firmed up. That time to get all these pieces locked in together. Now, that tile wiggled a little bit to line things up perfectly on them, but not a huge endeavor here. Just work your way around. Set that, and then that one gives me all the trouble. It's going in strong. We've framed up our tiles there on the edges. That looks really nice. Good. It's more of a pressed wood than a plywood, so it's got that consistent coloring, so that makes it nice on there. Down. Notice that one's a little bit loose. Make sure they're all seated properly. Yeah, all right. Yeah. And then upper ring here, going around, yeah, around the edges here. Oh, so I think this one actually does matter how you line it up. Nope, that's the next piece. Yep, the outside ring here. Knock everything down. Going together, and that feels rock solid there. That's definitely buttressed against each other, triangulated, or whatever you want to call it there. It's not going anywhere. Okay, now those four guys, and this, and got our arrow, want to line up with that arrow. So, here. First one lined up, and I should just, yep, work your way around. Easy as pie. And then, pretty sure it's just those four. Yeah, let's go in these. Not locking into anything, so they must be the base for something at a later date. It looks like we're going to drop all the way through this hole down into that one. Cool. Alright. A couple more pieces here, and then I'll stop and get some more pieces. Because I need to go further than this. Okay. Now this is supposed to be, okay, so that's a track for those guys. Do I have my wax bars around here? I don't think it needs it, but I've got one somewhere. Yeah. Like I say, this is probably overkill, but I think I'm gonna got one more leftover crayon. There we go. Just hit the inside of this ring and on the bottom too. Since I've got it, I'll use it, and there's some friction here, so this hopefully make things a little smoother. Color around it and get all the little flakes everywhere. More here and inside. Alright. Yeah. Probably all in my head, but that does feel smoother just in that little bit. this is where our little rivets come in. Okay. More those out. Here and down into the first one there. To get the second one in, they should be all ready to go. There it goes. I'm going to go crazy hard on them, just make sure they're all nice and snug. Alright. Feels pretty good moving around like that, so I'm pleased with that. Okay, that's not quite long enough for a whole video, so I'm going to go grab a few more bits and bobs and we'll continue right back with that. Okay, so let's just build and install our axis as well. That seems like a good landmark to get to on tonight. And staying with our little brass rivets. I guess I could look at the parts list and see what they're officially called, but to me they seem like rivets. Just go over and make sure nice and snug on them. Alright. And over the back side, I'll grab these guys. I'm going solid one at the bottom, says blank side up, and on the bottom, yep. And then printed side on the top. Yeah. Maybe the other way. Okay, up there I'm going to do this one first because and likewise, so blank side, it's blank side to the outside, looks like printed side to the outside. Okay. And now these guys are going, they go along the spine here. The printed side out on these as well. And then this guy, which is going to be our what holds it upright here. Okay. Now, do the other side. And more. Still got two left, so I don't know if we're going to use them or not, or those may just be spares. Basic principle here, it looks like. Get a mirror image of it. Nice and snug on them. And combine all these together. Hopefully hopefully they cooperate with us. Very snug on that one. Okay, work our way around. Everybody in and good oh, no, that was not. Okay, now things nice and snug. And then bring the base back in. And this guy. Just line up. Okay, actually, I think it looks like we go on to here. Probably the way to go. Yeah, looks like that's going to be the easiest way. And like I say, just slide in there and got underneath and top nut. Okay, they're mostly in. Let's go check the bottom. That looks like might be a little more wiggling and jiggling. Yeah, okay, yeah, there they go. Come out flush or okay, so it's just this part that spins. Huh? I guess it makes sense the whole thing would spin because it's locked in on the base. But I'm not sure what these numbers are for. Got Roman numerals going up. Where's 1 at? 2, 3, 5, 1, so that's 12. Okay, so it must be lining up zodiac again. It looks like there's more than 12. Okay, so there's 2 sets of 12, so we got them on both sides. Oh. And y'all couldn't see that because the camera was having trouble focusing past our axis. What's that? There they go. So we got the internal, external. I may have to do some looking up to see what all these extra numbers are for. Interesting enough, but I think it's a good looking little set so far. I think having that wax in there is probably, basically I just had it around, so I used it on there, and I think that does make it smoother, gives a little fidget action there. But yeah, so far so good, and I feel nice and sturdy. As sturdy as something like this is. This obviously top part's a little wiggly, but down here we're rock solid, so I'm feeling it. But I am going to call that a night. Have a nice short video today. I've been doing some long ones here lately, so I think a short one's probably in order. But we'll call that a night. Thanks for watching, everybody. Like, subscribe, comment, complain, share. Do whatever you want to with all of that. Be good to one another. Stay safe, and click on a link. There's my channel up there if you'd like to subscribe. There's my other channel. You can watch me do experiments a couple of times a month. This is what YouTube thinks you should be watching, and that is going to be the playlist for this whole build once I get more than one video. See you tomorrow.